like they know me, cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me, cause I'm
P-P-P-Love, time to bring the bass bird.
Swear I'm going big like a lineman. She want bring the limes in. She wanna pull up to the crib, we can't dine in. Up right away, couldn't even get a vine in. Straight with the money, we aligned in.
Okay, Coach, it is always a celebration here in New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Washington Redskins and the New Orleans Saints. It's the marquee game of opening weekend, and off we go on a Sunday night on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now the man from nearby Baton Rouge, it's the LSU star Darius Geis. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Now Haskins to throw on second down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. Now Haskins, 3rd and long. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual...
He's got daylight. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, 46 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give the Redskins 13 there and a first down. Well, maybe that'll help him settle back into a groove after the interception on the first drive here, picking up the first to start drive number 2.
And it is just starting over, isn't it? Sometimes it's just how you have to do it. You have to erase things from your mind. Don't worry about what happened before, because over the course of a game, the good players, things turn out pretty well for them, and that's what he's trying to do here.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. He's going to fire one deep over the middle, and that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. They go play action with Haskins. Trying to lay one up deep. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. Nifty footwork at the 45. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. He was looking for Paul Richardson there.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down the score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Running with Kamara. Room here to run. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 14 yards is the pickup. 1st down, New Orleans. Now they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Breeze now to throw.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Breeze now. He's going to launch this thing way down into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go! The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Bravo! Hey, easy. Switch. Here we go. Ready, take.
On 1st down, Breeze. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Hey, Haywood. is the mic. 53 is the mic.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there, Harry. Good. 53.
Now Breeze. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. That'll bring up second down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the...
Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If the ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
The tackle by Matthew Ioannidis.
Sammy!
No gain on the play. Second and 10.
Hey,
At the 32-yard line.
53's mic. Check. 51st.
Throwing on second down. Breeze. And this one complete to Smith. Touchdown, New Orleans. Traquan Smith, 32 yards. And the Saints have taken the lead. Looks good on the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7.
14. Redskins 7.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
First and 10. At their own 22-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little?
And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
Ah, you're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski
different
was an
things for different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word.
Yeah.
You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
I'm coming.
2nd and 10. Here's Haskins again. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Love. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Throwing now, Haskins on first down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Redskin first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. They go play action now. Haskins, he's going to launch it for Washington. Touchdown, Washington. James Washington, 41 yards, as his guys are back within a single score.
Brandon, they just got the ball, and already they're in the end zone, and you're getting ready to talk about the PAT. That was fast.
Hopkins with the extra point, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match at a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Now, to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline. And now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, and that'll bring up second down.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
They'll run with Geis. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Brings up 3rd down.
On the ready. 56 is the mic. Wild Bill, Wild Bill.
Now the first carry for Bryce Love. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. So on 4th down, the Redskins will call on Tress Way to punt it away. Back deep is Tavon Austin. This is taken at the 18. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
And 12 at the 41-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
11. 6 guard. Joker. Kill.
From the gun, it's Breeze. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there and a first down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Come on, baby. 21.
Breeze going to throw. And that is incomplete here.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half, because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series, before you get out there, hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Hey, easy.
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. Working his way for a gain of 7 to the 26.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Ready. 5-8. Where's that?
In your face.
Hey, easy.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Check 9. Here we go.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And Kamara has it stripped. And the Redskins scoop it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Haskins and the Redskins come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Running to start the drive is Love. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Here's Haskins to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Paul Richardson, 78 yards, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point good by Hopkins. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Hey, exit.
Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first. Breeze now on first down. And this is Cook with a grab.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
We remind you that coming up at the half, we'll hand things off to Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have scores from earlier today, plus a look ahead as well, so you won't want to miss that. A lot going on here in Week 1. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. On the check down, he finds Kamara. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion.
11. Kill. Hey, Charlie. Pass it. Check 15. Check 15.
Shotgun now for Breeze. And he's got it. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Tavon Austin there to make the grab as his guys are able to regain the lead. Lutz with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
They go play action here on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. So he can't hang on. And as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know. But you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
He's going to launch it for Washington. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there just before halftime. 43 yards.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great. Let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it.
And he loses the football a second time, and the Redskins scoop it. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Following the turnover, it's Haskins. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. The Saints on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is third down and 12.
X3, 218, chopper. Check. Check. Mike, 50.
In his own end zone, it's Breeze. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
Incomplete. Results in a fourth down.
Here's Thomas Morstead now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there. So we've reached halftime here in our initial Sunday night telecast of the new season. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
22 yards there, a first down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Throwing on first down is Breeze. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, What have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. He'll let it fly for Austin. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And once more, this play going in the wrong direction. The Saints get to him behind the line again. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, does it bring in?
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Cameron Jordan wreaking havoc with a sack.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Here's Austin. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to his running back, Alvin Kamara. But it's going to be 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. And he's going to be stopped close to the 1st down marker at about the Redskins' 43-yard line. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
13. Hey, easy.
Throwing now is Breeze. And now nothing but green ahead of him. 20, 10, and he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Redskins touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Hopkins with the extra point. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And we are all tied at 28. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
On 2nd and a yard, Breeze. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. And after the sack, he's still down on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Go, go.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Yep. Let's go. Get set.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Taken in at the 22. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 28-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Let's go.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. Complete to Washington. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now Haskins on 1st down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. 2nd and 12 after the 1st down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. They go play action with Haskins. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the 1st down. 3 yards won't be enough here, as that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, going.
And how about this, a fake? Oh, but this is going to backfire as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Now Breeze finding Kamara. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
2nd and 4. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
It's on 2nd down. To the sideline and incomplete. Brings up 3rd down. And
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, Kruger. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 8 yards, 1st down as they're able to convert.
1st down.
Back now here live in New Orleans. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Back now here live in New Orleans. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. What an opening weekend it's been already. Could the best finish be coming here on Sunday night? We'll find out as we come up on a 1st and 10. Off play action. Kruger. And this is going to be intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it. There he goes, right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington. In a tie game, fourth quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations the type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
That's fielded in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. On 1st and 10, Kruger. Thomas has got it, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Give him 30 yards there.
Washington.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Haskins. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Paul Richardson. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the interception by the Redskins deed leads to a touchdown.
Touchdown, Washington. Dustin Hopkins on for the extra point.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. Extra point good by Hopkins, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be stopped just shy of the 25 with a penalty marker down. Here's the call. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. His throw incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Let's go.
Looking to throw. Kruger. He's going to let this one go. It's caught inside the 25. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, 61 yards. As his guys are back within a single score. What's good on the extra point? And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal doesn't. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
Like the footwork back there, and I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. Geis with the carry on 2nd down. Room past the 20. A big play there out of Geis. 43 yards on the ground. And you hear it all the time, but that's one of the dangers of the blitz. You get past that first wave, nobody else is there.
And when teams blitz, what they're trying to do is make you lose your poise, lose your timing and your tempo. But when you hold it together, you can really hurt them the other way, getting past that first wave.
Haskins able to connect there with Richardson. The 20, 10, and he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Paul Richardson with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Hopkins with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts of the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A big play there on the catch and run. 46 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Latavius Murray, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. But it'll be 2nd down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Single receiver.
Throwing again. Kruger. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Check. 53's mine. Check. 53's mine. And we're pretty quiet.
On fourth down, Kruger. And that's caught by Smith. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Well, correct me if nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Ryan Kerrigan in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for third. Back to throw. Kruger.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Lutz with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
49. Saints 42.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Redskins take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and then, by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Yeah, this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, what, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year and the Davises and the Gardens get together, that's what our playbooks.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. He was looking for Paul Richardson there. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, second down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll look to throw. He finds Austin complete and able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Back to throw. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. He's back to throw. He's got Smith here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. It's still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. Little clock management 101.
So a victory here for the Washington Redskins. And partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. And now I'm listening to you.